What are you doing, Tilly? Hey, what you
Tilly.
doing? Hey. You're going to introduce yourself, Tilly. Yeah? You say hello. You're a bit microphone shy, are you?
Hello, Tilly. Would Tilly know if she hears her name? But she can't now because you have the headset.
Yeah. I can take them out. Oh. Say hi. Hello. Roula says hello. Yeah, she does.
Rosie, are you ready for our next episode?
I think so.
Okay, we will give it a try.
Still recovering from our episode about sex.
But this one's going to be a continuity for it.
Oh, shit. Okay, buckle up.
Buckle up. Welcome to the Rosie and Roula show. Marhaba.
G'day.
Remember how we said in the previous episode that it's good to educate ourselves? And there has been, what I'm going to say is not going to make people happy, but if they're conservative and don't want to hear this, they'd rather not continue listening to the episode. We don't force people to listen to what they don't want to listen.
You stay here of your own free will. Yeah.
Yes.
Bugger off if you're not interested.
The wrong thing to educate ourselves. I mean, do I have a question? Yes, I do have a question because we should start with a question.
I suppose, yeah. That is the usual way we do things.
Buckle up, Rosie. This is gonna make you fall off your seat.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yep.
So, have you ever watched porn?
Yeah. Are you expecting me to say... Yeah, okay, yeah.
I was expecting you to say no.
Oh, a little bit offended. Continue, yes.
Okay, so where do you watch porn? On what sites?
I don't actually... I haven't found porn I like online. So I wouldn't be able to tell you these sites are what I watch on because it's all just... Am I allowed to start talking or am I waiting for a question? Because I'm about to go on a rant.
You're allowed to start talking. Go, start ranting.
I think porn is just glorified wet dreams of teenage boys. I don't know. It's so unrealistic and I think it's all from the male gaze. And it's just... I don't even have words. Isn't it meant to turn you on? Isn't that the point?
Yes. If we think of the previous episode when we're saying women are conditioned to please men, the entire porn industry is based on this, with a lot of different kind of fantasies and subcategories, etc.
Yeah.
But if we really look at it, this entire porn industry is for men and made by men. And when I say women should educate themselves on knowing what they like, watching porn is part of it, but not watching this porn.
So where, Roula, do we find good porn? Is there such a thing?
There is. And this is why I want to talk about it today, because I want to spread the word that there are women, they have been working in corporation. I know 2 women in corporations being high executive in marketing and doing incredible job for these corporations. And then they decide, one of them was sacked and one decided to stop. And these 2 ladies couldn't find, just like us, couldn't find a porn glorifying women. And they were fed up of the porn industry. So they started their own porn production. Made for women, created by women, and focused on the real dynamic of having watching the porn, and a real dynamic in how women like to be treated And I'm not always say nice. Some women like to be treated rough, other like to be treated soft. So I'm not saying like it's all so good and Christian. No, it has also all kind of categories that are found also in the male industry. But these categories are created in a way that woman is empowered to choose, decide, and have what you want. So it's the opposite. But the good thing about what the women created is that when a man and woman, a partner and his two partner or one partner, if they want to be four partners, I don't know, are watching this, it teaches the man how women like to have to be flirted with, how they like to be touched, and how they like to have the foreplay before they get into the act. And the act doesn't really have to always be sex.
Ooh.
So these porn websites created by women are very educational in helping women know what they like and bringing back romance to couples. So by watching it together, men and women feel empowered watching this program or this
Empowered.
whatever, and don't feel they're watching something created by the male industry where the male is dominant, the woman on doing what they want and liking it.
So do you think that men enjoy porn? Because we've just said, okay, it's made by men for men. So do most men enjoy the porn that is out there?
From what I read and what I heard and what I know, and probably people will tell me I'm wrong, all men watch porn. Whether they enjoy it, I don't know. Is it wrong to watch porn? No, because also men need to learn what they like, how they like things and what they want to do and practice. So this is not only for women. Men also have to find what they like. But the difference in the male industry, they're not learning how to be a good partner. They're just learning how to be a sexual, thinking they're doing it right because they learned something from porn. And that's the difference.
And there's more to sex than sex.
Yes.
And I think
you asked me. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Another thing with the porn industry that I have issue with is what's the word? The expectations it sets in terms of body image and what your body parts look like. And I think there is variety out there. I'm trying to think. You probably watch more porn than me. How many different types of men's body shapes do you see compared to women? I feel like there's a pretty wide array now of different body types of women. Is there for men too?
Yes, they all look the same. No.
Yeah, but would you agree that
some
there's
men
now
are,
women? But there's more porn now with women of different sizes. Would you agree?
There is.
Yeah, but men,
not
you're saying no.
No. The male porn industry still have the stereotype kind of woman. And on this website, people post sometimes their own porn movies with their own partner or whatever.
Yeah.
And they look not perfect. They
Right.
look like human beings.
Yeah.
The thing is that the titles on the male industry porn movies is horrifying. Stepson, stepdaughter, teenage girl. These titles that are given, they make me just want to break down my laptop. And this is where the wrong is starting, with the titles, without even clicking on these videos. In the women industry created porn, there are no shitty titles like this. There are empowering titles. And titles that are engaging for both in a kind of loving way and respectful way.
What if people don't want the lovey-dovey stuff when they watch porn?
They will find it also there, because there are also categories. But as I said, it's empowering women and men on there. It's not a one-sided thing. And maybe it's leaning more towards the woman, but I understand that because we need a good foreplay. And the foreplay is not like 2 minutes. Maybe foreplay is even a week in serving,
Oh,
doing nice things for the woman, helping her in the house or with the kids or showing her
wow.
love. This is also foreplay. Foreplay is not just in the bed.
Wow. I think
And
you
I'm not
just
saying
blew
that,
some listeners' minds. Again, I'm using that very unfortunate turn of phrase. Blowing minds. I think it's fitting for episodes about sex. But you just said foreplay could be a week and it's not only in the bedroom. What a
definitely
reframe.
not.
What a reframe.
Foreplay is the least in the bedroom. Foreplay will lead to the bedroom. And foreplay is in our day-to-day life, being kind to each other and loving and giving it that attention and doing things for each other that are not sexual even. This is foreplay. Women need to feel this love to give love.
Yeah.
And if they complain, the worst time for me to have sex is when I go to bed to sleep.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that. I want to
You
sleep.
want to sleep. Exactly.
Yeah. And when my partner does not think of this in other times of the day, how much is my partner thinking of me? So
Wow.
these are also relationship talks. These are not just talks. The thing is, rambling on this episode is not rambling, actually. I'm so glad. I want to tell people from all gender, there are websites that empower us, to give us the love, the care, and all the categories we like to think of.
So
that
what's
are
the
not...
name of this website that the two
Well,
ladies
one of them I
started?
remember. It's Frolic Me,
Frolic
because
or
I
Frolic?
subscribe to it.
Yeah.
Frolic, F-R-O-L-I-C-M-E, Frolic Me.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I pronounced it wrong. And the other one, I have to put it in the show notes because I discovered it recently and I don't remember. It was actually on BBC. This is where I knew about it.
Oh. And let's
It was
link
an
back to
interview.
an interview. Educating yourself. So in our last episode, we were talking about, do you talk about sex with your partner or partners? So how do you approach this? You just said you have a subscription to this pornographic website. Do you talk to your husband about that?
Of course.
So why is porn usually a secret?
We don't hide it from each other because it's a good way to have a healthy relationship with our body first, and then share it with our partner. And sometimes women feel, I don't know, probably some men too, offended or jealous. Oh, if they watch porn, then they don't want me, which is wrong.
Yeah.
That's not true. Everything is with moderation. The good thing is that partners, hopefully, they get to a point where they watch together.
Yeah, right.
And open a conversation and not feel offended or, come on, you can't possibly be in the head of your partner.
Yeah.
Can't.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them for what their desire is. What you can do is talk about it, and you don't have to agree with everything they want. But finding a middle way for both pleasure, that's the point of the conversation.
Yeah. I wonder how many new subscriptions that website's going to get. What was it again? Frolic Me.
Yes.
I wonder how it's meant to be pronounced. Frolic.
Frolic.
But that's not even how you spell frolic. Frolic Me. I wonder. You need to have them on your podcast. The founder.
Maybe, yes.
You do.
And you asked me in the last episode how, because I've faked my orgasm until I got married. And why until I got married? Because I felt more free with my husband because we had sex talk with my first husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know how to have my orgasm until I watched porn.
Oh, so porn helped you?
No.
Okay, all right.
Yes. And there are a lot of predators walking outside. Sometimes porn prevent people from doing horrible things. So I'm not now praising porn. Please go and watch the right porn, and I will put them in the show notes because this is respectful. We can't ban porn. We need it to have a healthy sex life, but we need to educate ourselves on how to use it.
I feel like you could teach us all a lot about this topic. This isn't just a passing phase for you. Like, you deeply care about this.
I think since I was a teenager, I'm trying to understand this whole dynamic and the why and how come, asking questions, not exploring in sexual way, just asking questions. Why it's like this? Why do we accept all this stuff?
Yeah. What's your reaction going to be? You have to answer this quickly, even though it's not a surface level question. Because I'm sure there's going to be a day when you discover your son is watching porn. What's your reaction going to be? Or do you think he's going to tell you
this book?
Okay.
He should. He will. And my responsibility is to start educating him and showing him where to find the right stuff or what the right stuff mean. Because of course, I'm not going to log into website with him. This is why I want to educate myself. And I mentioned this in my previous episode. I can't wait to start educating myself on how to talk to my son about it and how to advise him. Because now he's 10. So this is the time to talk.
This
about
is the
stuff.
time.
He's
Yeah.
accept it.
Yeah.
And as a mom, I must accept that he will watch porn. He will masturbate because it's part of his development and it has nothing to do with me and it's none of my business.
Yeah, okay.
I should pay attention to his behavior, to his school grades, to the people surrounding him. This is what matters, where I can have conversations with him. But he will have his personal life and I should not intervene because I will damage him. I need to.
So
And
you're
I
just going to
involve his
educate
dad.
him. Right, yeah.
Yeah, and I involve his dad in the parts that are not my area.
Yeah, because you can't possibly know it all.
I'm not a boy. I'm not a man. His father is.
This is true, yeah. Yeah, so
And for
true.
the single moms out there, it's important, and I hope they can, it's not always possible, to find a trustworthy male in their life so they can count on them to give their son the right education on these topics. It's very important.
Not that the mothers can't give any education, right? Yeah.
True.
Okay. Yeah.
True.
Gosh, what a can of worms.
What a long episode. Shall we wrap it up?
I guess so. Yeah.
What do you have for our listeners? You always have a good question and call for action.
A call for action. Ooh. I don't know. Go check out the website. I haven't seen it. Are you getting a kickback for this, Roula? Are they paying you?
No. I'm on a mission to help people elevate their relationship talks, their communication, and their sex life. And I use now our platform to do this.
Yeah, and I love that. So maybe that's what people should do. Go check out the website. I am so curious. So I'm going to go check it out. Right, yes. All right, catch you next time. Bye.
Bye.
If you got a kick out of our conversation today, can you pretty please hit the follow button and share it with another opinionated person? This is the easiest way for you to support the show. It also gives Roula and I the motivation
Rosie,
to keep
I have
going.
to stop you there. Stop telling people what to do. If they like to follow the show and share it, it's totally up to them. Guys, please, can you help us follow and share the show? Thank you so much. See you next time.
Said.